don't understand, our elected officials, how many calls they take, how many meetings they have. Congressman Bob Gibbs is doing an awesome job, right? Yeah. With all due respect, here he is.
Thanks, Monica, and thanks, Al. Great remarks. Isn't Al doing a great job here in Tuscaloosa tonight? Well, in 10 days, the American people are going to speak, and they're going to speak so loud that the rest of the world's going to hear. And Putin in Russia, Kim Jong-un in North Korea, Xi in China, the Iranian, whatever they are, they're going to hear loud and clear that the American people aren't going to put up with their crap. Right? So we're going to re-elect Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence, President and Vice President of the United States. Now, let's look at the enthusiasm gap. Okay? I believe there's like 5 times more people here today than at the Biden rally. You know, it's just kind of unbelievable. But our president today, you know, he voted down there in Florida. Right now he's speaking in North Carolina. He's going to be speaking down in Circleville here in Ohio. And there's a rumor that he might do a flyover the Ohio State Buckeye game today. We'll see. And then he's heading up there tonight. He's doing a rally in Wisconsin. He's got like 3 rallies tomorrow. And Joe Biden, he did.
He's in the basement.
Well, he got out of the basement. He went over to Pennsylvania again. His wife gave a pretty good speech for him. And now he's probably back home while now taking a nap. And you know, enthusiasm. When you have enthusiasm gap like we have, you know what's going to happen. The American people are going to speak loud. Let's talk a little bit about the ledger, the difference. What has Donald Trump given us in 3.5 years versus what Joe Biden's done in 47 years? Okay? Donald Trump, when he became president, he inherited a very weak economy over the 8 years of the Biden-Obama administration. It was barely 1% GDP growth. You know, incomes were flat. Confidence, consumer and business confidence wasn't all that great. Things were, you know, just kind of just status quo. Working with the Republicans in the House at the time, because we didn't have the Senate at the time, we passed the largest tax cut and reform in American history. We deregulated a lot of the stuff in common sense regulations, took off a lot, got rid of a lot of red tape and bureaucracy, and we had a great economy, the lowest unemployment in 50 plus years, the lowest unemployment on record in the African American community, the Latino community, and women and teenagers. People's incomes were up at least $7,000 from the previous time before Trump came into office. And then if you add on the cost and energy savings, you can figure a household income at least $10,000 more than it was before President Trump started doing all the great stuff he's done. So that's the ledger on the economy. Of course, we did a minute about when the Chinese virus hit. But up until March 1st, our economy was roaring. Okay, people had opportunity, incomes were going up, and you know, I like to say, what we need, what equality we need in this country is equality of opportunity. Everybody can chase their dreams and be successful. They work hard. You know, we don't guarantee it, but you got the opportunity to do that. This is America. Now, there's some people who want to take that away, as we know. Okay, let's look at some of the other parts of the ledger. Foreign policy. What did the Biden-Obama administration do? They sent $150 billion to the radicals in Iran, $1.5 billion in cash, a plane load of cash, actual cash, okay, for nothing, okay? And then they signed a deal, like in 10 years, they're not going to have any nuclear weapons in Iran, but that in 10 years, that full far will do whatever they want. That's a terrible deal, okay? So, what's President Trump's done? He pulled us out of the bad Iranian deal. We're closer to Middle East peace for the long haul than we've ever been in our lives. Do you think the Nobel Peace Corps are going to give President Trump a peace prize? They ought to. Israel, UAE, Bahrain, now Sudan, and I think Saudi Arabia, they're all going to come to the table. And I think President Trump's absolutely right when he talks about, when he's reelected, The Iranians are going to be calling him because they're going to want a deal, but they know what's going to happen because they're hurting over there. The sanctions that we put on, President Trump has put on Iran, has hurt them bad. And they want Joe Biden to get elected. And now you saw this past week, we know that they're trying to influence the election because they don't want President Trump being reelected for obvious reasons, right? So, President Trump cut taxes, Joe Biden wants to raise your tax. Now he'll say, we're not raising taxes, people make less than $400,000 a year, but we're going to repeal the Trump tax cuts. Guess what? You just raised everybody's taxes. It's just, it's amazing. About everything that comes out of his mouth isn't true, except on the debate, there were two things that were true. He says he's going to raise your taxes, and he says he's going to get rid of the fossil fuel oil fracking industry. I guess, that was probably